how you confidently communicate across different mediums. I didn't even listen to what you were saying. You just sounded like you were nervous. Passion speaks way more, almost all of the time, than language does. A lot of different kind of frameworks when it comes to sales, as you and if you get into some of the literature of it. So there's different like frameworks. There's the Sandler sales method, there's spin sales, there's MEDDICC based sales. And one of the biggest key things is ultimately your confidence, okay? And how you confidently communicate across different mediums, okay? So that can be face to face, of course, like we're doing now. That can be over the phone. That can be in an Instagram reel. One of the things that was really interesting was that when I was back in Fulham, I would be doing these sales pitches on Zoom, I think at that time. And part of my business, we have a back office in Pakistan and a back office in India. At that time, I think it was just India. And I would be selling SEO services to people in the UK and the States. And my now wife, Daniela, she would listen to me as I was pitching, and I would be talking about my team in India, and it would go something along the lines of, okay, so we've got a team in India, and they're going to support with some of the work. They're really diligent and really thorough. And she gets super angry with me because she was like, wow, why are you apologizing or being apologetic for having an offshore or outsourced team? She's like, if you don't believe in your team, why would I believe in your team? She's like, I didn't even listen to what you were saying. You just sounded like you were nervous. And she gets super angry with me about the way I was communicating what I was communicating, okay? So half of sales will be, even when we strip the frameworks away, it's confidence in what you're able to position, confidence and passion, okay? What I'm really trying to communicate is passion. Passion speaks way more, almost all of the time, than language does. There's people that I met along my journey. I remember when we were looking at landscaping for the place in Italy, and this gardener came in, right? And oh my God, he spent 45 minutes talking to us about pot plants and geraniums and this and that, and I was sucked in. I was like, my God, this guy is so passionate about garden plants. And before, I didn't thought I gave a flying hoot about this. And it was just incredible about what that did to my perception of him, okay? It's a beautiful thing to see passion, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing. It doesn't really matter what the subject is. It's just a beautiful thing to see someone who's passionate about what they do. It's why we get so proud when we go and see our kids up in stage and they really are loving, whether it's a dance or a recital or a show or a play, or it's someone who's talking about something they're excited about. So guys, you've got to get excited about what it is that you're ultimately selling. And then there's so many things that people will forgive you for. She stumbled or she slipped up, but you know what? The energy just came through. The energy just came through. So on that note, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Would you say passion shows, say, your client customer, like your character?
Absolutely.
You're very passionate about what you say.
Yeah. So yeah, there's proven psychological frameworks. There's something called perceived authority bias. So perceived authority it's like Ron Seal does what it says on the tin. It's perception of someone's authority, and that's often transmuted, irrespective of the subject matter, through passionate communication. Like, wow, they sound like they're really confident in what they're saying. So I just believe in. It's like, I believe because you believe. The rest is irrelevant. Okay. Now that is what's called, if we think about frameworks, the emotional buyer, okay? Because there's different types of buyers, right? So the thing, and this is ironically, Daniela is Italian born and raised, so she has a level of passion that me as a British person is not quite attuned to, okay? So a big part of our journey is going through a bit of a re-education to understand how to be more overtly passionate in my communication. Whereas in the beginning, I thought that every conversation sounded like she wanted to kill me. And this was a big part of our miscommunication when it came to ultimately our relationship. Now, the way or why that has become so powerful and weaponized in sales, because as people that have been born and raised predominantly in the UK, our communication is often quite flat. The way that we say, oh, I love you, is the way that we say, oh, can you pass me the milk? I love you, babes. And when you think about that, that's crazy, isn't it? You're like, my God, this MFing person speaks to me about their love for me, the way they speak to me about, oh, can you just pass me the jam, babe? Yeah, love you, babes, cool. Yeah, all right, yeah, cool. Oh, yeah, amazing, cheers, babes. Yeah, cool, all right, yeah, cool, great. Yeah, no, great, of course you should buy my service. Yeah, no, we'll do a good job. All right, you're like, just like, what? So guys, when it comes to the process, the gap from being average to being pretty damn good is way, way smaller than you think. It's just that, hey, I'm Deepak, how you doing? Yeah, no, amazing. Hey guys, Deepak, good to meet you. You're like, oh, okay? So there's this concept, simple concept, is that and you know who these people are in your lives, and this is what you got to think about when it comes to your sales and the emotional buyer, because in your life you'll meet broadly two types of people. There'll be radiators. They walk into a room, they radiate energy, you just want to be around them because you're magnetized or drawn in. And then there's drains. It's like, oh, how you doing? Yeah, I'm all right, not bad. Yeah, so how was the weekend? Yeah, it was all right. It's like, yeah. How's work? Oh, it's okay. Yeah, we know who these people are, okay? Now, if you're that person when you sell, do you see the problem? And when we talk about sales, if you're that problem when you put out an Instagram reel, do you see the problem? If you're that person when you're communicating with a difficult customer or an upset customer or communicating the benefits of your product, do you see that problem? And if you think about how many sales reps you've been exposed to, how many of them are that person? And if you're British, it's kind of built into your way, right? Because that's how us Brits are, right? And we laugh at the Americans and how they're, hey guys, but there's some bits of that you can take. There's some bits of that you can pull into what you're doing. And my God, it will make a transformational difference to the way that you position anything that you sell across any of the platforms that you're selling.